Bye.
Good morning, good morning. It is surgery day for Eulayla. She's getting her tonsils and adenoids taken out today. I'm so nervous. Yesterday I was like stress cleaning and just thinking and yeah, I'm so nervous. This will be the first time she's gonna be put under. So I don't know what her reaction is going to be. Esri's first time being put under, he stopped breathing and we had a really hard time waking him up. So this is going to be Eulayla's first time being put under, and of course I'm terrified. So yeah, it is 6:10 in the morning. We have to be at the hospital at 9:30. Her surgery is at 11:30, and yeah, you guys. I'm making some coffee to start my day. We are supposed to be spending the night because she has sleep apnea. She's going to be on a 24-hour watch after the surgery. So we're going to be spending the night at the hospital. So I do need to pack us a bag, an overnight bag. And yeah, my mom has Esri. I dropped him off with her yesterday, and she's going to keep him for 2 nights for me. And yeah, we should be home sometime tomorrow afternoon. 24-hour watch, so that means we would have to be there to at least 12 tomorrow. So we probably won't be home until, yeah, I don't know. We'll probably be home like sometime in the afternoon. Coffee. I'm going to clean this kitchen before I leave because I don't want to come home and the kitchen's a mess. Like yesterday I was stress cleaning and I cleaned the entire upstairs except for my room and did laundry, and then when I came home I cleaned the living room, and I want to clean this kitchen before we leave for the hospital today. So I'm gonna sip on my coffee and drink and clean this kitchen. Do you see it? It's a total mess. A mess. But I just want it to be clean for when we come home. Alright. I don't know how much I'm going to be vlogging in the hospital. I don't know. I will try to get some clips here and there, but I need somebody to talk to while I'm like in the waiting room waiting for. Maybe I'll try to get some YouTube work done. I'm so behind on my videos. It's like November 8th today. No, November 9th, because yesterday was election day. It's November 9th and I'm still posting like pre-Halloween videos. I'm just so behind on my vlogs, but I haven't been vlogging, so once I get finished with these Halloween posts, then you guys will see this one. I haven't been vlogging. I've been trying to catch up on my posts. Alright, I got some peppermint mocha. Actually, I got some sugar cookie. Where is that one? I'm gonna drink that one this today. I got peppermint mocha and sugar cookie. Something just fell out of the fridge and hit me in the toe. I'm trying to wait before I wake Eulayla up because she's not allowed to eat or drink. And so I know the first thing she's going to want is something to drink, and she's going to be mad she can't have it. But I already explained it to her yesterday that she cannot have nothing to eat or drink after midnight. And when she wakes up in the morning, she cannot eat breakfast or drink anything. So I'm trying to like let her sleep in as much as I can so she can just get up, you know, put some comfy clothes on. She's so nervous. She's so nervous. I don't blame her. It's gonna be her first surgery ever, so. All right, I gotta get this kitchen clean. I want to be upstairs by 7 so I can shower, and then I'll get ready and then get her up and ready. We are on our way to the hospital now. Layla's mad at me. She doesn't want to be vlogged, so I'm gonna respect her wishes and not vlog her. She's not in the best of moods. So we have to be there at 9:30, but her surgery is until 11:30, so we'll just be hanging out and chilling for a little bit. Dad is meeting me there. He's only gonna stay for part of it. Well, I don't know how long he's gonna stay. He said he took a half a day off of work. I took like 4 days off of work. I'll update throughout the day. Sorry it's bumpy, I'm driving. She'll be fine. You'll be fine. So Layla's surgery is done. Sorry, I was crying. And my makeup's a little messed up, but it's okay, go back to sleep.
I said no vlog.
I'm not vlogging you, I'm vlogging me. So she's all done with surgery. Everything went good, they said. She's just kind of sleeping off the anesthesia right now. When she first got out of surgery, she was crying and asking for me, so they came out and got me, and I sat in the recovery room with her, and she just kind of cried the whole time. And was holding my hand and was scared and said she wanted to go home. And I was just kind of like rubbing her face and holding her hand and stuff. And we were in there for maybe, I don't know, it felt like maybe a half hour. And then we came up to a room. We're in a room now. And she was still crying a little bit. Her dad met us up here, because they would only let one person go in the recovery room with her. And he just left to go get something to eat. I ate while she was getting the surgery. He waited in the waiting room while I went down to the cafeteria to get something to eat. So now it's his turn to go eat. Look at these gray hairs. But she's doing good. She wants to go home really bad. The doctor told us that we would have to stay for 24 hours because she'd have to be under a 24-hour watch. But the doctor here, this was the doctor at the doctor's office that told us she was getting the surgery, but the doctor here says that she can go home today, but she just wants to double check with that doctor. So we're just waiting to see if we can go home today or if we do have to stay for 24 hours. She's sleeping, but she's like crying in her sleep. They gave her Motrin to help with the pain. And when they gave her the Motrin, that's when she got sleepy and was ready to fall asleep. She had a popsicle and 2 cups of water, but she was crying a lot before they gave her the Motrin. When she got the Motrin, she kind of settled down and fell asleep. Yeah. Oh, they have a new Christmas movie. The Santa Claus. The Santa Clauses, it's called. It's gonna be on Disney Plus. Sorry, I love Christmas. They have a new Christmas movie. So yeah, I'm just in the room next to her. I've been standing the whole time, holding her hand, standing next to her bed. But her dad got up and left, so now I'm sitting in his chair that he was in. I hope we can go home. She really wants to go home. Give me 1 minute. All right. Eulalia is upstairs, sleeping, as you can see. We didn't have to spend the night at the hospital, which I was really glad. She didn't eat her ice cream. We didn't have to spend the night at the hospital. We are home now. It's 8:25. We watched a movie on the couch, and then I went upstairs because I had to use the bathroom, and she had to use the bathroom too, so we both went upstairs, and she ended up falling asleep on the bed waiting for me to get out of the bathroom. We were gonna watch another movie together because I said we can camp out on the couch tonight and just watch movies and relax, but she fell asleep, and I'm glad she did because she was complaining that her throat was hurting. Not complaining because she just got surgery, but she was saying that her throat was hurting, and she was asking for more medicine, but she can't have more medicine. When she got the Motrin at the hospital, she was like fine. Like, she started to feel better and to like talk, and I could tell she wasn't in pain anymore. But they told me to switch between Motrin and Tylenol. So every 3 hours she got Tylenol, and I noticed that the Tylenol isn't doing nothing for her, because she was still saying how her throat was hurting, and she was crying, and she finally fell asleep. And at 9 o'clock she can have more Motrin. I feel like the Motrin just works so much better. Like, I don't even like giving the kids Tylenol because I think it sucks. Motrin always works better for them when they're sick, have fevers or whatever. But I'm doing what they said, alternate Tylenol and Motrin every 3 hours. But the Tylenol she was still in pain. And I think she just finally just fell asleep. I'm glad she fell asleep. So when she wakes up, I don't know if her throat's going to be sore because she's up there snoring. So her throat might be sore, which she'll be ready for her Motrin, her ibuprofen at that time when she does wake up. But I'm not vlogging her because she doesn't want to be vlogged, and I'm going to respect, her decision. She doesn't want to be vlogged today. She doesn't feel good. And so I don't have her. I'm not vlogging, us being home and stuff, but she's sleeping. I can get on real quick. But yeah, I talk about the surgery. So when we first, went in there, we got in there at 9:30, and her surgery wasn't until 11:30. So we just kind of hung out in the room. They weighed her. were just kind of talking to us. We just kind of chilled. We had to change her clothes. She had to get completely undressed and put on a gown and a pair of pants. He put some hospital socks on. I want to eat. Let me just say before I finish, I want to eat. I have been wanting to eat since I got home, but I don't want to eat in front of her because I know she's hungry. So now that she's sleeping, I can make myself something to eat real quick, which I'll probably eat some leftover lasagna that I made, but I didn't want to eat in front of her. So I haven't ate, and I'm starving. I want to eat. I haven't ate since like lunchtime at the hospital. No, I did have a little small bag of chips at the hospital, but I haven't ate like an actual meal since like her surgery at like around 11:30, 12. So I'm hungry. I'm really, really hungry. But yeah. So we changed her clothes and we just kind of hung out in the room. I gave her cell phone. She was on her phone. You know, me and Mike, we were on ours. And once it got close to like when she was going to be getting surgery, like the anesthesia guy came in and talked to us. And she went into the bathroom and she started crying when he came in and was talking to us. I felt so bad. I could tell she was scared. She was crying. Her dad was so good, though. He was so good with her today. He was so, like, loving and caring. And I'm not used to seeing him like that. He's usually, like, sarcastic. Is it sarcastic? How do you say that? Sarcastic. Like, he's usually pretty, like you know, funny. But he was just, like, so loving and so caring, and just, she was sitting on his lap, and he was talking to her, like, softly and sweet, and I was like, oh, because I don't see him talk like that, but it was really sweet, and he did that a couple of times for her when she was scared and she was crying. I was just like, oh. It was really sweet to see and witness, and definitely a different side of him that I don't see. But she had me crying because she was so upset, and crying, it made me cry. And then they ended up giving her this drink, this medicine, and it was like right before, like 30 minutes before the actual surgery, and it was made her like, we said it was like she was drunk. Even the nurse was like, she's like a little drunk kid right now. Like, she was getting silly and she was getting goofy and just saying all this weird stuff, and just, she was scared and crying and stuff. And then when they gave her the medicine, she like opened right up and she stopped crying. She was giggling. She was playing around. She was being really funny, and we were cracking up. She was saying the funniest things. I wish I could have vlogged, but like I said, she asked me not to vlog her today, so I didn't, except for that little part when she was sleeping. But she was really funny. I wish I could have got that on camera. She was hilarious. And then, like, she was getting, like, really, 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 really loopy. Like, after, you know, maybe, like, 10, 20, no, let's say, like, 15 minutes after the medicine, she was getting really goofy. And you could tell she wanted to, like, lay down, but she didn't want to lay down. And she was pointing to the ceiling, and she said she saw something. And it had a lot of colors, and then she was pointing that way, and then she was pointing that way, and we kept asking her, what are you seeing? What are you seeing? And she's like, it's right there. And we're like, we don't see it. She was seeing something. And I'm wondering if it was like my dad or maybe his mom, because I know she passed away. I don't know what she was seeing, but she was seeing something. She was trying to get us to look at it, but we just couldn't see what she was seeing. And it was right before they were getting ready to take her, and we're like asking her, what is it? What do you see? But she couldn't like explain it out of her mouth. She was just saying it's like a rainbow. What'd she say? A rainbow colors or something? And we were like, what is it? And she just couldn't, like, her brain was just like not like working. Like, she couldn't get it out and explain to us what it was. She just said it was colorful, and then it was over here, and then it was over there. And I'm like, I wonder if she's seeing like her guardian angel. Like, what is she seeing? I really wanted her to like express to us what she was seeing. But later on, after the surgery, when she was like, you know, not feeling her best, and she was talking to us a little bit, and we were telling her, you saw something, we couldn't see it. What was it? And she said it was a star. So I don't know. It was interesting. So, yeah, so they take her back. She made me feel so bad because when she was being wheeled down the hallway, they let me walk with her because she was like crying. She was starting to get scared again, and she was like, "Where's mama?" And I was like, "I'm right here." So I was holding her hand and walking along with the bed as they were walking her down the hallway to the room, the operating room. They wouldn't let me in there, so once we got to the end of the hallway, I had to go this way, and then she went that way, and I could see her starting to like really cry, and her hand was reaching out to mine because she wanted my hand, and she started crying, and she was looking over at me, and she was reaching for me, and I was like, tears. I was crying. I went out to the waiting room, and I was just like crying. Her dad's like, "She's gonna be fine, she's gonna be okay," and I'm like, I know, but I've never experienced my kid being so scared and reaching out for me like that, and I couldn't like go comfort her. Like, I had to let them take her down the hallway. I had to go this way, she had to go that way, and she was just like crying and reaching out for me, and that was really sad to see because I wanted to go with her, but I couldn't. And I knew, like, I was crying because I knew that she was scared and she wanted me, and I wasn't there, and she was just, I knew she was scared and crying, and it made me feel really bad. But there was nothing that I could do. Like, I couldn't go. And I'm probably never going to forget that. I'm getting teary again. There's just something about your kid being scared and reaching for you, and you can't get to them. Like, you're not allowed to go to them. That made me cry. Yeah. So her surgery, while her surgery was going on, I was just kind of standing in the waiting room a little bit. I didn't even want to sit down. I just kept looking up at the screen because the screen had like the people who were getting surgery. It had like when they were in surgery, when the procedure started, when it ended, all that stuff. Like, there's a screen that you can look at your kids or whoever's initials, and you could tell where they were at in the process. And I was just standing there, and I kept looking at it and looking at it. And her dad's like, "Did you eat? When you go eat," he's like, "You go eat first, and I'll stay here and I'll keep watch. And then when you're done, I'll go." So I went around the corner to like the little cafeteria thing, and I ended up getting 2 slices of pizza and a drink, and I'm getting an iced coffee. Oh, and then I got some chocolate covered pretzels, but I didn't eat those till later on. It was like 2 pretzel rods covered in chocolate. Oh, and I grabbed a bag of chips for later because I thought we were going to be spending the night, so I wanted like the pretzels and the chips like just in my bag, just in case I needed something to eat later, because I thought we were spending the night at the hospital. But I had the 2 pieces of pizza, the drink. It was a cranberry juice, and then I got an iced coffee that I kind of sipped on. So after I came back, her dad didn't go eat. We stayed there, and I had went to the bathroom to give myself my insulin. When I came back out, the doctor was already talking to him and saying that she did fine, the surgery was over, that they were going to wait a little bit. She was in the recovery room, and we just had to wait for the okay to go, to go see her when she got to her room. And we were sitting there for probably 5 or 10 minutes, and then one of the people came, and they're like, "She's asking for mom. She really wants mom. She's really upset." So he stayed in the waiting room, and I went back to the recovery room, and as I'm walking towards where she is, I can hear her crying and asking for me. And I was like, "Oh," and she was just like, she wants to go home, and it hurts, and she was really crying. She was in a lot of pain, and I could tell she was also scared, and she was like really legit like crying, and it just made me feel so bad. I know she was scared. She was in pain. She kept asking to go home. She kept saying it hurt. She was laying on her side and like holding my hand, grabbing my hand. I was giving her they gave me this ice water and like this little spongy thing to put in her mouth so that way she can suck on the water. And she was kind of like, her eyes were closed, but she was like crying, and then she would open them and she would look around and she would look at me. She would close her eyes again and she would still be crying. And she was just like coming out of the anesthesia, but like crying and asking for me. And the nurse had came over and I had to move out of the way because she wanted to put the bar down so it was easier for me to lean, on her bed, the side of her bed. And she was like, "Mommy, where are you going? Where are you going?" I said, "I'm not going nowhere, Layla. I'm right here." I just had to move out of the way so they could put the bar down on the side so it was easier for me to like comfort her and be next to her. I have never seen her like that before. She's never had surgery. I never seen her want me like so bad before, like wanting her mommy. And I just like, I felt so bad, but I wasn't like legit. Oh, my chest hurts. Oh, I just got a pain in my chest. Oh, what is that? That was weird. Yeah, I just got a pain in my chest. But yeah, my baby girl wanted her mama. Like, she wanted me. And I was there. I've never ever seen her like that before. Like, she's been scared and wanted me before, but I've never seen her so scared and just be in pain and just cry for me like she did today. Like, never. I mean, when she was a baby, yeah, but not, she's a little sassy pants, you guys know that. And she's never, like, she never calls out to me like that. It was like, it was rough. It was a hard thing to experience. I can't even put into words. It was really tough to see. And so yeah, I was trying my best to comfort her. I was rubbing her head, I was rubbing her face. I was going like this when she was a baby. I used to take my finger and go like this. I was rubbing the side of her face. I was holding her hand. Like, I was just doing whatever I could. But she was still, like, she was crying. She was in a lot of pain. So then after a little bit, she was still crying. Not as much as she was when I first got in there. And then they were like, her room's ready. She can go upstairs in the room. We'll tell Dad. Dad can meet you guys up there. And so we go to the room. I'm holding her hand up to the room through the elevator. We had to take the elevator. And they pushed her in first, and I was behind them. And she's like, Mom. I'm like, I'm right here. They're like, she's right here, honey. She's right here. And so I had to stand next to the bed again while we were in the elevator just so she knew that I was there. Like, she really wanted her mama. And, hold on, my hand's starting to hurt. And, so we go up to the elevator, up to the room, and she's starting to calm down a little bit, but she's crying. I'm like, where's her dad at? He was supposed to meet us up here. He eventually made his way up to the room. She was still crying a little bit. He came up and, he did his little soft daddy thing that he was doing downstairs. And I was just like, oh, wow, this is a side of him I never get to see. He was so good with her. He was joking with her somewhat, but then when she was really scared and crying, he did his dad thing today. He was so loving and caring and just everything today. And then we were just in the room. We were chilling. He ended up going to get something to eat. That's when I made that little mini vlog in her room. They gave her some medicine and some water. She was drinking water. She drank like 2 cups of water. She had 1 popsicle, and then they gave her some pain medicine, and she went to sleep. When she got that medicine, she went right to sleep. And then that's when her dad left to go get something to eat, and then I was like vlogging a little bit for you guys. And then I was just like, I was just chilling on my phone and stuff while she was taking a nap, and he was gone. And then he came back. They were coming in like every 15 minutes to just check her. And she had said something about discharge papers. And I said, well, the doctors at Shriners, the one who, you know, said we were going to do the surgery, said that he wanted her on a 24-hour watch and to plan on spending the night. And she's like, well, we have discharge papers here, so let me go find out what's going on. She's like, all she has to do is just pee, and then there's like this little thing she had to pee in the toilet. It looked like a little hat kind of, and they're like, once she pees, it looks like you guys can be discharged. So we were just waiting for her to wake up and to have to pee. She woke up once and didn't have to pee, but she wanted more water, and then she fell back to sleep. And then when she woke up the next time, she had to go pee, and she was crying, and we were explaining to her, you know, you have to stop crying. It's good. That's why your throat's hurting, because you're crying, and, you know, you have to breathe and just be calm. And we were telling her they're not going to let you leave, you know, if you're in a lot of pain. And she ended up calming down and going to the bathroom. And when she went to the bathroom, she came in and they did whatever they did with her pee. And she's like, we will get your discharge papers. And they went over everything with me. And she said, you know, let us know when you're ready. We'll bring a wheelchair. So her dad went to go get my car because I had it valet parked. So he took the ticket. He went downstairs. He even paid for the parking for me. And he went and got my car for me. And I stayed upstairs and I got Eulela, you know, out of the gown and stuff. And I got her dressed. And I got everything packed and ready. And then we called the nurse. The nurse came in with a wheelchair. We wheeled her down. And her dad was outside with my truck. And we left. And then on my way home, I stopped at CVS and I got some Motrin and Tylenol because that's what they told me to use. And we went home, and as soon as we got home, she started crying again. And I don't know if because we were home, I said, do you want to go back to the hospital? She's like, no, when can I have medicine again? So I gave her the Tylenol because she had Motrin at the hospital. So I gave her the Tylenol, and like I said, the Tylenol wasn't doing anything. She was still saying that her mouth was hurting, so I gave her ice cream, which she did not eat. She said it hurt when she swallowed it. She's been drinking water. They told me to make sure she drinks. They told me to push fluids with her because most of the kids that come back when they have this type of procedure done is because they're not drinking enough water, and something breaks off, the clot or something breaks off or something they were explaining to me. When they don't drink enough water and they get dehydrated, like something breaks off and they start bleeding and I have to go back to the hospital. And I'm like, okay, so they told me to push fluids. She's had a couple waters since she's been home. I tried giving her ice cream. The plan was to give her a popsicle when we came downstairs, but she fell asleep. So I'm going to make sure I have some ice water ready for her when she wakes up, the Motrin, and then see if I can get her to drink a popsicle or eat a popsicle. But yeah, I don't know how long she's going to be out. I definitely want her to drink some more. I think I'm going to fill up a water bottle with some ice, because she has a water bottle that I keep in her fridge. I'm going to put some ice in it. I'm going to take it upstairs with me so I can maybe get her to drink out of it at night. She's in her bed now, but I'm thinking I should put her in my bed or climb in bed with her, because I'm like, the doctor said they wanted us to stay 24 hours because of her sleep apnea, and they wanted her to watch her for 24 hours. So I'm scared to even like have her be here tonight, and she's upstairs sleeping by herself. So I might go upstairs and go in my room and just, so I'm upstairs with her. Like, I don't know. They sent me home, but I'm still worried about her. I just want to sleep. I want her to sleep next to me tonight because I just want to make sure she's breathing and she's fine. And I can see her waking up in the middle of the night, you know, crying because it hurts. So I just want to be close to her. So I don't think I'm going to vlog anymore tonight. I'm going to try to eat, like I said, before she wakes up, because I didn't want to eat in front of her and I'm really hungry. I just want to get something in my belly. I'll probably go upstairs and turn the TV on upstairs and, like I said, get some water ready for her, and we'll see how the night goes. She was not like in a good place. Like, she was in pain, and asking me when she can take medicine again when she fell asleep. And I feel bad not giving her any, but I'm not going to give her medicine before it's her time, you know? But yeah. Oh, her dad just texted me and asked me how she's doing. Alright, I'm going to get off. I will see you guys. Maybe I'll vlog tomorrow. Ez is coming home tomorrow. I gotta go get him from daycare tomorrow. He's with my mom again tonight. I don't know. I kind of want to vlog tomorrow, but if she doesn't want to be in the vlog because she's still not feeling good, then, you know, excuse me, I'm not going to put her in the vlog. But I'll keep you guys updated. Hopefully she's feeling better tomorrow, and maybe she could start eating some soft foods. I don't know. Alright, thanks for watching. Ooh, I've been talking for 24 minutes. Yeah. I think this vlog is just going to be a lot of me talking. It's okay, though. It's okay. Alright, I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow.